In this playlist, you'll find videos which are related to the job descriptions. I won't suggest you any jobs, but I would only read through the job descriptions which are available on LinkedIn for you to apply if you're interested to apply for a UI UX design job in the UK. So I'll also try to review these jobs from different locations as well. But currently, as I'm working in the UK, so I wanted to read out how the job descriptions are, uh, posted on LinkedIn. I've picked a random one today, so we'll read out, and I will add my experience to it, and I'll read it, and then I'll make you understand what would you need. So this video is more about reviewing, as I said, a UI UX job posting to understand the skills it required. So there's so many jobs outside in the market, which are called as interaction designer, UI UX designer, UI designer, product designer, digital product designer, service designer, and interaction designer. So all of these are the titles which are related to the same job, but you may have different responsibilities. I've picked a random one on LinkedIn, but I've blurred out the company title and all of that. But I still wanted to keep the salary it has because I felt like, oh, maybe it would be exciting for you if you want to know how much you'll get paid for for a UI UX designer if you become one. I've blurred out because of the security reasons. I don't want to show out which company this belongs to. Um, so the job posting is from a company which is in the reading area in the United Kingdom, which is near to London. So this is an easy apply, and you can save the job as well. I don't want to explain much features of LinkedIn job description. You may all know already. The job title is UX UI designer, UX slash UI designer. That means, so basically in the companies, you may have to do the user experience job sometimes, and sometimes you will only end up with the interaction design, just the UI part of it. That's how you would end up in a job. So the salary is like the location is more of a hybrid setup, which means obviously like you would go to office sometimes and you can work from home sometimes or somewhere else like a coffee shop. The salary is expected up to 50,000 pounds. That's a really good pay for this job. But it depends on how many years of experience you would need before applying for this job. We'll get into it. So the responsibilities it have are dive deep into the user needs through comprehensive research and analysis. So this is where the actual role comes in. So if you're a user, sorry, I've got into the user experience language. If you are a person who hasn't done your master's yet, this is your best chance to go check out my other playlist, which has masters in UX and similar courses. You can watch them first, and you can watch this first, or vice versa. You can do either of the way you want. So basically, to understand the research analysis, these days most of the people were already getting to know what research analysis actually meant. Many of the companies in the UK, from my observation, um, they do research and analysis from the data they got from the researchers. But in reality, some of the companies do not focus on research, but you may need it anytime. They may ask you anytime to do a research and make the design from the data you get from the research. But you would always need this skill anytime. So you must actually go to user needs of your clients, or if your company is a proper product based, then you'll have a separate set of user needs. So you must know all of those. And the next one is conduct in-depth market and competitor research to identify best in class UI UX strategies. Conduct in-depth market and competitor research. From this line, I would understand this company has a lot of competitors in the industry they belong to, which is why they have highlighted this one. That means you must be active with all other um, similar products in in their field. Um, and you must apply the UI UX strategies. Like, for example, they already gave competitor research, which is like primary part of the double diamond model, which I said, which is the basic discovery you must do when uh, you start the project. And next, collaborate with marketing and product teams to ensure cohesive and impactful user experiences. Collaborate with marketing and product teams. Yeah, as a designer, you will always have to put your right leg in the marketing and your left leg in the research team, because the creative side of you would need marketing, and the creative side of the development or the logical side of your brain uh, would utilize will get utilized by the research and the software teams. So in reality, that's how user experience designers would work most of the time in most of the companies. So you should be ready to maintain that collaboration well. Um, Translate business requirements into intuitive and visually stunning user interfaces. This means, yeah, obviously you need to collect the business requirements, and you must the translate in the sense they mean like you have to translate the data into the form of design, and then it must be translatable to the development model to deliver the product from the software perspective. I think it's in that manner to design intuitive and visually good looking interfaces. That's the last priority for most of the companies. But yeah, if you're a really good designer, then that will benefit you a lot from this perspective. And next, craft compelling wireframes. Yeah, exactly. Prototypes and high fidelity mockups for web app and mobile platforms using tools like Figma. Here comes Figma, which is the core of the corest tool. And obviously, you would need to make wireframes, prototypes, and high fidelity mockups. These must be, presentable to everyone. If you have a user experience designer experience already before applying this job, then it will be damn easy for you to understand this description. Hmm. Work hand in hand with developers to bring your designs to life. This is the most important thing you must keep in mind, because this would be your last round in most of the interviews, because that decides your fate whether you would get the job or not, because the developers must feel secure, and they must feel you have the capability to collaborate with them well. Only then they would show a green flag for you, and the person who is actually recruiting you, or the HRs. Based on their decision, it'll your fate will get decided with the job applications. And contribute to agile development processes, ensuring design feasibility and timely delivery. Basically, you must follow the agile development process. That means, again, the hand in hand developers, hand in hand collaboration with the developers must be good, and ensuring design feasibility and timely delivery, obviously. So you must be, making them feel like you're capable of this bit, where you would deliver the designs on time. That too with, in an effective manner. It's not like you give a design and then the developers don't understand what you give. So you must be, able to document it well, so that the developers can understand it and yours or the others' time won't get wasted. Next, stay at the forefront of industry trends and emerging technologies to drive continuous improvement. Obviously, uh, so many of the developers they would be updated with the tech trends, but you are the one who should be able to deliver the UI UX trends which emerge with time. So you must reflect them in your design if needed, but you must discuss that with the developers or the other team that you work with, or the stakeholders, I would say. So the last ones are the role responsibilities, which are really important, and this is the experience you must have. So they didn't mention how many years of experience you need to have, but they said they have mentioned the must-haves in your past experience. Uh, so this could be like you did a research project somewhere or a UI UX project somewhere. I think it's still fine. Even if you do freelancing, it's still fine because they haven't mentioned anything here. So the proven experience in UX UI design with a portfolio that speaks volumes exactly. Portfolio is something which would help you grow well, and at the same time, it would talk on behalf of you for a recruiter, and also the UX person who is actually filtering the portfolios when a bunch of people apply for the job. So make sure you make a good portfolio for yourself. And expertise in user research methodologies and usability testing. What does this mean? So obviously expertise in user research methodologies and usability testing talks about you must know all the research methodologies like researching something, writing the use cases, and talking to stakeholders and collecting the actual responsibilities and the requirements you must do and what the developers should do and what support you would need and all of that you must know, and you must organize and manage all of that stuff as a user research uh, designer. So user research is the tiny part from UI UX designing jobs, but yeah, sometimes it would go heavy. You must be able to handle it. And usability testing, which is the core of the corest once your designs get delivered. Um, yeah, this is an iterative process. So obviously you would need to have this experience because that's the core of this job. And track record in designing for diverse platforms, web, app, and mobile, obviously. As they mentioned in the job requirement itself, they would need someone who can design responsive designs in web, app, and mobile, or any other iPad or something like that, maybe. So you should be able to handle the interfaces in different OS like Windows and iOS if you were given the same design to make it available for all other types. You must have that experience, yeah. Proficiency in design tools such as Figma, Adobe Photoshop, and Canva. Figma is a priority as always. Without Figma, it's really hard to get the job. Even if you have basic skills of Figma, like 40% to 50%, you can still pull it. Like Adobe Creative Suite is always a plus. And as they're asking, you must have an experience in this. I think you should have some part of experience in it, really, which should reflects in your portfolio. That should be very useful. And Canva, I think you can maintain Canva. Yeah, it's not hard if you understand Figma and Adobe Photoshop already. And exceptional communication skills, obviously. and enabling you to articulate design concepts with clarity. Yeah, sometimes you will end up in a situation where you have to explain design concepts, the designs you made, to a bunch of people, and if they don't get confused, then you will end up in making thousands of changes. So with all my experience, they are telling that you must have this kind of experience, only then you could bear this job. And other one, experience working with in agile development teams. Yeah. um I think they're indirectly telling you to reflect your the job responsibilities with your past experience. They're literally the same in the last slide and this slide, but like they have divided it in such a manner that you must have these skills. And an unwavering attention to detail and a passion for creating outstanding user experiences. Outstanding user experiences, that means you must know the user centered methodologies, user centric designs, and you must follow that all through the experience. Um, Actually, like this is the experience they were expecting you to have, so you must have this experience in the past before applying for the job. And a solid understanding of design accessibility principles. In the previous experience, even if you can show, like, if you didn't have this design accessibility principles, WAI experience, you can show it as a practice, or you can make a tiny project or portfolio by following these principles. It would still be effective, is what I would think. Yeah, but if you still have an experience with design accessibility principles, it would be fantastic. And experience in designing with B2C, either in-house or agency. Okay, maybe, yeah, this could be an add-on if you already have an experience, something related to this one. So, yeah, um, that's what they're saying. Um, yeah, this is what I wanted to review, and it's not that hard if you really did a good master's, or even your bachelor's, or even your self homework with all of these principles. Even if you have a still good portfolio that would reflect all of this stuff, and if you're a strong person who would speak out and explain your skills throughout, then you will get jobs like this, obviously. Even if you don't get a job, you would still stand the best in having that interview experience in the UK like countries. So, thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe, and ask if you need anything, or if you need more videos like this. Obviously, I would do more videos, but if you especially want me to review any job description, or uh, any outside market things within the UX field, just let me know. And that's it. Bye.